Hello YouTube and Infinite Magic Raid players. So today we are doing an account takeover type video. This is for Mullemormor. They are on server 64 in the Masters Championship. We're actually facing them today, so good luck. But they reached out and they asked if they could get a little bit of help getting back into PvP and possibly taking a look at some Wuthering Coast things. I noticed whenever I signed in that they were farming 438 on Negia, so I'm going to take a look at a few different things and see if we can kind of improve in a few areas. So I get the PvP really to get an idea of what we can work with here, right? Need to look at what heroes we have. So it looks like Henge, Wukong, Santa, BJ, Panda. It looks like we've got all of the key limiteds. Jingle Bell. Looking for a Beatrix though. I don't think I see her. No worries, no worries, no worries. I think we could probably cleave through most teams that don't have an Adkins anyways. Yeah. We're gonna do this in kind of real time. And walk you guys through, I guess, what I'm looking at whenever I look at my account myself and where I need to grow. And really, I guess I'll kind of guide this account in the journey that I took. So, for me personally, my PvE progress translated into PvP progress. So the first things that we really want to look at is the Wuthering Coast, and the dungeon farming because you're getting higher scores here. You can get more scales. So like if we were able to get him to 16 billion on Wuthering Coast, he would double his red scale output. And that is I mean that's a lot of power. These red scales are because the items go up to level 20, you can get a lot more speed on your heroes, you can get a lot more of the main stats like crit damage, attack, defense for defensive heroes, HP from rings, and all kinds of stuff. And you can really like grow your heroes and become a lot stronger in PvP through these means, like farming for 40 in dungeons. You can get more legendary gear. The drop rates are better. So things of that nature. Endless Cloister, even I don't know if he's on floor 31, so we might be able to push a few here and see if we can get a nice blessing. But things of that nature. I think that your PvE progress should be your top priority, really, whenever you're looking at your overall growth of your account, because like this is the farming that you do all the time. So like you're farming better crops, you're going to eat better, and you're going to grow better. Um, but yeah, so let's take a look at Wuthering Coast. We'll start here. There's going to be way too much content because I'm doing this in real time to really tackle a bunch of areas at one time. But I think Wuthering Coast is a good place to start. So if we take a look at what we're doing right now, so we've got an LJ team doing about 6 billion. We've got the HP Burn team doing about 1.3. On GE0 might be a problem here. We've got the DD team here doing 1.5, got another DD doing 600, and the Poison team doing about 800. So Poison team does have all of the exclusives, so this can be improved on. I feel like these two can be kind of tweaked a little bit, and maybe we can do something to the HP Burn team, and we can see if we can get the Injury team higher. So I guess we'll start with the Indra team because that has like the most damage potential, right? So let's take a look at Indra, and he's in Devour and Speed gear. Let's see what we have. Only one boot. It's got Mastery. We'll take it. Death rate. We'll start with this one. Death rate 2. We get speed here. Okay. I think we're stuck with the chest plate, and let's sort by attack real quick. Def goes up, mastery goes down. Gotta think about that for a sec. I think that we will. I think we'll keep it. Let's check this. Def mastery. Let's filter by mastery. Def rate. Well, that looks really neat. It seemed kind of like a low roll though. Okay. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take this. So we don't lose much def. We get a lot of mastery. All right. Def rate. That's actually really good. Wow. Now that is wow. That's really nice. Okay. So I like Indra's build. I just thought maybe we should check some of these out and see what kind of resources we're working with because we do have free reign. We were given free reign to use some of this stuff. So we got 8 boxes for runestones. What is this? Tough chest and a hero choice chest. Ooh. Ooh, wow. Really cool. I don't think I'm gonna spend that. I don't think I'm gonna spend that. We might spend this one if it's just a stamp. Um, all right, so pretty good use of resources. Honestly, they're not holding on to too terribly much. This is something that I see a lot of people where they go wrong. You shouldn't be holding on to like. I feel like even holding on to 8 rune chests is a bit much. You shouldn't be holding on to things like that. They're hindering your progress. The resources you spend help you progress in the game. So I am pretty happy with where this is at. This is not too terribly many resources to blow here. I think that the Indra team has the most potential, but this is an expensive aura. And I don't think that 8 chests, we can only get 2 of those. No, it's not going to be worth doing that. That one, I think that we'll do because it's only going to cost 2 chests. I think we'll do that. Okay, so let's see. Here's Lydia. Let's see if we can outfit her for a speed, I guess. we'll just put this on. What about HP speed? We'll take that, and we'll just take that, and we'll take a speed one of these. Take that, filter this by speed. We'll take that, and we'll filter this by speed, and we'll take that. Alrighty, Dionmu. We should look at Dionmu, and I think we should also look at blessings. Okay, let's not mess with that too much. Echo, def, that's good. Diamu, she's got to be down here. There she is. Okay, so 2420. It would do that. Okay, so she's a bit faster. What echo is she using? I'm gonna put this on her for sake of the quest here. I don't know why I went to Broken Lands. Hey. Battle test, Saga City. So let me get a quick overview of what we're working with now. Oh, I don't want to forget to he changes Lydia back to Bill 1. So let's not forget that. Boop. All right. And then we're going to change Lydia to build 2 here. We did. All right. So I think we're good. We got Combat Vanguard, Advanced Hit, Surging Force, added a star to Skill Master. We got Surge. So this all seems all right. All right. So we were doing, what was it, 10.2 and 6 billion? Yeah, about 6 billion for the Indra Diamu team. I do want to see. I always get so fascinated by the skip tests because of how much they can vary. So 6.8, 6.9 really. 7. 6.7. Oh, that was a bad one. 5. Somebody must have died. 6.3. So it's varying all over 6 for the skip. So let's jump into a manual and see what we can do on manual. Because I think that this will be a big damage increase fighting this fight normally. So typically what I like to do whenever I'm using the Indra Diamu team on my account is I'll start with the S4. That way I can get the speed up on everybody. And most of the time, you see, I'll be using the Big Jack S2 into Diamu because Diamu has to put 12 stacks of lightning on the boss. So like right here, she can't do it. So she's just going to basic attack, and then my Big Jack is going to S2 into Diamu. That's going to give her the cooldown, so that way we can put the def up. We can cleanse the debuffs, put the stacks, because these stacks right here, that is what makes Indra do so much damage. They work together. So a lot of times we'll be buffing Diamu instead of Indra. And that's ideal, right? When you press skip on this fight, the Big Jack will buff the Big Jack will buff the Little Jack and whoever's got the second highest attack. So we got 50k. It'd be the bouncing between the Big Jack, the Little Jack and the Damu here. Or no, it'd be the Lydia, wouldn't it? 62k. So you're not optimizing the skill usage here within buffing those guys. So that's why manual does so much more damage. Right here. Well, S4 because the S2 and Diamu is not going to really give us much. Well, I'm thinking that he can outspeed. Yeah, I think he'll outspeed the Indra. So we'll actually S2 into Diamu, do our thing, boom. Yeah, and then we can S2 into Diamu again. And now she can put the stacks of lightning. We don't need to use S2 for her because we just used S2. So everyone's got the def up, you see. And a problem that I run into with this team is that you run out of turns before you die, typically, at least for me on my account. So reducing the amount of skills that you use can also be a big help, like overlap. Because Indra, when he goes, he takes 3 freaking turns. Diamu's taking 2 turns a lot. It's just a lot of skill usage that happens. Right here we'll S4 because we're proccing the Diamu first anyways. And then when we get the Big Jack into the Diamu, we can do the... We don't have def up 2 on Indra. Now we do. 2 turns left on this, so if we do this, we'll beat the Indra in a race. And then this would be 7 if I use a skill there. So we'll make this one the 7th. Drop this, get the cooldown on S4. I'm not quite used to their speed tune yet. This is like only my 2nd time doing this fight. I did do one off screen just because I was curious. Indra didn't get the death up again. We like when the boss marks Indra because he'll always use the S1 so he doesn't get hit by that boss move. It's really nice. I feel like I want to risk it and try the S4 here because I think it'll push, because Diamo will get 10% more turn meter than Indra will, and it looks like Indra's not that far ahead of Diamo. And she's faster, so with the speed up, well, they'll both get the speed up, but I think she's faster. I think she'll do it. Just barely. Just barely. Let's go. I think here the gap's too big. I think the gap's too big there. I think BJ's about to burn his. Is he gonna do it? No. Okay, very good. And so we're on turn 10 at 5 billion, so we're about halfway through the fight. Or, yeah, 5 billion. So we might be able to stick 10 billion for this team alone. If we can do that, we probably could do 16 on this account. That would be so huge for like progression over time. Hopefully the shield that Indra stacks right here is enough to protect BJ from the crime that's about to occur. Holy crap. Alright, BJ. I think the turn meter is close enough for us to use S4. Thankfully the shield was enough. That was kind of an aggressive no. Elemental City will end in 60 minutes. Please hurry up and fight. Oh, I like that. I think we'll outspeed. Yeah, we kept the speed up. Okay. See, we're running into a turn limit issue now, which is typically what I've experienced the problem to be with this team. And I think a lot of other people have experienced it too. I'm gonna basic attack because we don't want that smoke, honestly. Let's just be honest. We don't want it. We do not want that smoke. Let's do this. I feel like we'll just do it. Ooh, it's getting really close, Diamu. It's getting really close. We're getting really close to the end here. I think they're close enough for her to get the extra. Yeah. And that's it. So 9.6 billion damage on manual with a little bit of gear tuning and upgrading the aura on BJ and switching over the Santa stamp to Diamu. That's what we pulled out. So not bad. Really, really. I think that with this kind of number, say just call it 10 billion for round numbers sake, right? We've definitely got the 12 bill mark. So we'll immediately go up half a scale. That's still a great revenue increase. And then the next thing to consider is that we haven't touched the other 5 teams, and he's got 5 teams. He's got HP Burning, he's got the direct damage team, he's got the poison team, he's got the secondary direct damage team. So we can get some more damage in from these other teams. The Indra Diamu team has room for growth, right? If he wanted to, he could upgrade the aura on Indra and make this bigger. If he wanted to, it'd be a little bit cheaper and more versatile. He could upgrade the aura on Big Jack and increase more damage that way. Um, he could upgrade Indra's Echo some. Like, what do you have here? Another like 6% death rate there. He could do that. He can upgrade the blessings. Like if these were higher grade mastery blessings, they could be like 24% a piece. So I mean that could be huge for him. The death rate blessings here, I didn't even look to see. You can change these out over time. Like these are all things that you can do to Indra, like just Indra, and make him so much stronger. He's got a few levels in his aura that he could take. And then too, the LJ does do damage in that team. Uh, so he can run a bigger slash better aura for LJ. He could do like 5-star advanced hit. That's fine. He could do shield smash. That's fine. He could do versatility. That would be like OP. And also expensive. He can put levels in this aura to make Little Jack stronger. Like there's a lot of room for growth in that Indra team. So in terms of like resource usage, I guess my recommendation would be to focus on that Indra team. This should be number one priority for this account because that team is going to be able to pretty much solo the Wuthering Coast for him, right? Like if this team could do 10 billion consistently, like that was just my second time doing it. We hit 9.6 billion. If we could do 10 billion consistently with that team every week, I think that it's not unreasonable to ask 6 billion of the other teams. But like he could grow this Indra team to do 11 billion, 12 billion, 13 billion, and then over time he doesn't have to ask as much from the other teams. So then he's only manualing one fight, and then he can skip the other fights, not even really worry about regearing or re-auraing and things like that. Like he doesn't have to move stuff around really. If this one team will do all the work, it's what I've done on my account. Is I make this team do like I don't even know. Um, I don't try super hard, but I manual the one team and then I skip the rest. I don't care so much about my ranking. I'm more so worried about time. Yeah, so like I manual this team, I skip this team, and I skip this. No, I skipped this. I remember now. I skipped it because I can do enough damage with my other 4 teams if I need to, so I can skip all of them. But that for me is more so like the time investment that I'm trying to save. That's why I built up my injured team to be able to do that on a skip. But for Mullemormor's case, I think that building it up so that way it can relax some of the other teams, I think that'd be ideal. So And that would be my suggestion. Like, this is just the first look that I've had this account. I'm going to take a few more looks at it and look at some of the other Wuthering Coast teams and kind of retweak them a little bit. Just that way we can get a better idea of, you know, how we can scale this account. Because, like I said, if this goes up to 16 billion, the rewards gap is huge. We're talking another scale and a significant amount of gems. That extra scale, though, that's huge. A lot of red gear happens when you're getting 2 per week. Anyhow, we are 36 minutes into this video, 37 minutes into this video, so I'm going to cut this here. I think that we've done what we needed to his injured Diamu team. He'll likely watch the video and hopefully learn from what we've done here. I don't think he needs to change anything besides maybe the Diamu. Like, she's wearing the Santa Echo right now. Actually, we'll put it back on Santa. But all he really needs to do for this team is switch this Echo over. And that's it. I mean, that's going to be increasing the most damage for him. Where the frick is it? Is what I want to know. There it is. Okay. And so that Echo can get switched over when it's time to do your Wuthering Coast every week, and you'll be, set as long as you manual the fight and kind of follow the same patterns that we did. You're focusing more so on getting those lightning stacks up, so that way Indra can consume them and do the most damage. As you can see, I don't even know if we used S2 on Indra once that entire fight. Like, it was all Diamu. So definitely take that to heart. We'll continue with this in another video another time, maybe tomorrow, to see if we can take a look at some of the other teams and get you to that 16 billion mark, because it does feel like it's right there. But we'll just have to see what we do with the other teams first. And then, yeah, that would be a huge step towards really progressing and rocket shipping your progress to a new level. Because your PvE and your PvP, they both work together. I think PvE is arguably a little bit more important than PvP because, like, it's just a bias that I've had forever. If you're farming better stuff, if you're getting more resources every week, your account's just going to grow at a different rate than people that aren't focusing on those things. So we'll leave this at that note and catch you guys on the next one. Thanks. Peace out.